Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me always is T-Money, King of Puppies. There you go. Okay. Oh shoot, I'm trying to remember. What was the Monday of this? What was the date of Monday?
The 11th.
11th and 12th edition of Monday Night Raw and Smackdown Live in 2019. Review. Let's do it. You got your cap on?
Yeah.
You gotta get your cap on? You gotta get your cap on?
JR has his crown. I gotta have my hat.
Showing off the emblem on the hat.
Yeah.
Texas, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's go ahead and start with Monday Night Raw, in which Stephanie McMahon and Triple H opened the show with demanding Becky Lynch to apologize. If she did not, she would be stripped of her WrestleMania opportunity, in which she had to think, and many people told her what they thought she should do, from Finn Balor to Alexa Bliss to everybody. So we'll save the answer for that at the end of the Raw review. So we'll go ahead and see the first match.
What was she apologizing for?
She was apologizing for assaulting Stephanie and slapping Triple H, even though Triple H apologized on his behalf for what he said that earned that slap. So we'll talk about.
But hold on.
Don't send spoilers for the.
I'm not talking about that. But why would you apologize to them when everyone else has done it and they never apologize for them?
That's what they gotta do. They just apologize and say it and be done with.
Just guys like Stone Cold, The Rock.
Yeah, it's a new era. That's why. Yeah. So here on,
I guess it works for it works only for the veterans.
We'll see. Here on Monday Night Raw, we have a triple threat tag team match, in which case whoever is pinned is the first up in the Elimination Chamber. We will have Nia Jax, Tamina, Team Samoa, Bayley, and Sasha Banks, the Hug and Boss Connection, and the Riot Squad. Ultimately, because of the assault on two members of the Riot Squads attacking Sasha Banks, she would be having to go back into the infirmary area, medical area, to get checked up on, leaving Bayley to defend herself all by herself. And they were even mentioning it that she did that before last week, but Bayley was able to overcome it then. Not this time. It would be Nia Jax and Tamina getting their last say and pinning Bayley. So it will be Bayley and Sasha Banks kicking off the Elimination Chamber representing Raw. Elias is introduced in the ring. Oh, this is the part where Elias gets interrupted a lot. This is just funny as hell. He gets interrupted for the talk for Finn Balor and Becky Lynch. He gets interrupted by the review look of Seth Rollins, and he gets interrupted by the Lucha House Party.
I don't know what wants to hear him talk.
And we hear that Kalisto's got good guitar playing skills. Even got Elias interested, only it was a two-faced liar. He was more jealous than anything. He hit him with a guitar. And in comes Finn. Well, not really.
No,
that was not it. There was no match for those two. I thought there would be.
You know, he's the fourth wrestler to have guitar. Elias Sampson. Yeah, he's the fourth. The first one was Honky Tonk Man. Second one, Jeff Jarrett. Third one was The Rock.
It would be Finn Balor, who is still kind of injured, versus Drew McIntyre. And oddly enough, Lashley and Lio Rush would have a front row seat to the whole show.
Well, Stone Cold was one too. So
Stone Cold at the top?
Yeah, he was.
And The Rock.
Yeah, but Stone Cold was the third one.
And Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, Stone Cold was third. The Rock was fourth. and Elias Sampson was the fifth.
What? Eddie Guerrero don't count?
Nope, he didn't have a guitar.
Yeah, he did.
That was like but that was he didn't.
He had it for 3 occasions. I saw the DVD special.
No, but he didn't have it in every show.
He had it for 3 occasions. I had to saw the DVD special.
He didn't have it for every show he been on.
What about Kurt Angle?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think he was bragging about his gold medals.
Jimmy Cockcorn, and I don't care.
That was Stone Cold. That was Stone Cold guitar. That was Stone Cold guitar.
All right.
I don't think Kurt Angle was bragging about his gold medals.
Mm-hmm. Well, back to Finn Balor and Drew McIntyre. It would be Bobby Lashley, if I remember correctly, because it says here he lost by Finn Balor won by DQ, rightfully so, because Bobby did not like how the match was going and interfered. And that would lead. There you go. That would lead to Baron Corbin coming out, as well as Kurt Angle to help defend him, and Braun Strowman would be the last person, and the match would then turn into a 6-man tag match between those representing teams. Ultimately, it was crazy. Everybody's getting run over. What the hell? The winners, on account that they're...
The Kurt Angle I like was when he had those gold medals around his neck.
Yeah. I'm about to say, I'm reading this wrong. I thought it said Baron Corbin. It says Finn Balor next to Braun Strowman. So I was like, what? Baron Corbin, what? No. Wrong. It would be Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, and Kurt Angle for the win. I was like, wait a minute. I'm reading this wrong. Getting ready for Ruby Riott, who was nominated after last week for not fighting Ronda Rousey, even though Ronda Rousey whooped both the 2 competitors representing Raw, Sarah Logan, I'm about to say Shara. Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, I got their names right this time, are going to compete in Elimination Chamber. Ruby Riott is now going to fight Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title. I'm about to say women's title. It's the same thing. In which case, that's going to be interesting because they're talking that if Ruby Riott beats Ronda Rousey, there's a lot of R's. Raw, Ruby Riott, Ronda Rousey. Too many fucking R's. I'm getting tongue twisted here. If Ruby Riott wins, she'll be going on to fight Becky Lynch, as that's what they were saying.
So what about Charlotte?
Shut up. We'll save that at the end of the show. End of the Raw review.
Don't tell me, show. That's a question.
He knows what this means.
Don't let him come out.
He comes out, it's just going to get worse. The torture will double. Boil in trouble. Anyway, Nikki Cross would fight Ruby Riott in honor of the unfinished business. Fiddled. What the fuck is a fiddle? I'm trying to read this fast and I'm fucking up. Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott would have themselves a match in which Ruby Riott ended up getting the win on the Twisted Sister. Next, after that, Seth Rollins would come out and state the fact that he took 6 F5s and he's still standing. That he's going to take on Brock Lesnar and win and take that title and slay the beast, as people have been saying, because he's King Slayer. So they want him to be the Beast Slayer. Makes you question when he's going to dress up as at WrestleMania. Who do we know as a Beast Slayer in movies and TV series? I'm thinking He-Man, but I don't know if he's going to be wearing that He-Man clothing. I'm thinking Beast Slayer. Beast Man? That's a classics TV series and movie.
You mean Beast Man?
Beast Master, thank you.
Yeah, Beast
Man.
Beast Man was the enemy of He-Man.
That's why I got them mixed up. Ultimately, it would be Dean Ambrose, whose music hits, comes out, and instead of talking trash, he says, I only got one thing to say to you. You better slay the beast. He sits there waiting for his opponent from last week, EC3. Beef was settled between the two, despite the fact that EC3 ain't saying shit. He still has not had any time to say anything. And you know he runs his mouth on Impact and on NXT. So, with that said, the winner with Dirty Deeds, well, actually a small package. He didn't hit the Dirty Deeds. He hit the freaking small package and got the win off of EC3. Ah. Yep. The tag match that was promised after the Fatal 4-Way one fall match. Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Revival. It was pretty good. I skimmed through a lot of it, but I watched the last part and they were struggling. Both teams were struggling. Until finally, the Revival ended up getting the win and becoming the new Raw Tag Team Champions. I'm about to say women's title. Because that's the hype what's going on for February.
But how long will that last, though?
We'll see. Hopefully pretty long if it lasts forever. Hopefully.
Everyone thought Impact was going to last, but they had the Impact Women's Knockout Tag Team, but that didn't happen.
Okay, it's the last part. Okay, I don't need this part. All right, so after all that, it would be Becky Lynch coming out to make her decision. And with a huff and a puff, she then apologizes to Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. The apology was accepted, and she said it to the faces that she don't trust. It was actually before that, too, during the opening of Raw. She said she don't trust no McMahon. She don't trust Steph. He don't trust Triple H. She sure as hell don't trust the old man, and she'll kick Stephanie's ass, she'll kick Triple H's ass, and she'll even go so far as to kick Vince's ass. After she got the okay that she was going to go to WrestleMania, she started talking trash to Ronda Rousey, making promises, and Ronda Odie was one of the people who talked to her, telling her to say she's sorry so she can have that fight with her, because Ronda Rousey, was looking forward after the night or the Monday night before Survivor Series. She wanted to pay her back just as bad. And they would have themselves a face-on-face before Vince McMahon's music hits and states that, I don't care if they forgave you, I haven't. So in other words, he goes and says, I'm going to suspend you for 60 days. What that means is, you'll be suspended 5 days after WrestleMania. So we're going to need a new challenger. And he picks Charlotte Flair. Ultimately screwing Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey and the fans and even his daughter and son-in-law over completely. Now, here's my issue. Yes, Charlotte Flair is going to get a second chance at Becky Lynch, but is she? The way things are going, I predict this, because when the McMahons took over, that includes Triple H, he's a McMahon, he's married to the family, didn't they say they were going to do what's best for the fans? The fans would decide what's going on? The fans didn't decide this!
But here's the thing, when they say that, the fans know they're full of crap.
Oh no, I predict this, okay? I'm not saying this is exactly going to happen exactly, but I'm just going to, hear me out. Someone, I don't care if it's Shane McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, somebody, maybe the wife of Vince McMahon comes out, haven't seen her in a long time, maybe, I don't know who comes out, or the fans themselves start rioting, or Becky Lynch comes out and herself saying all this crap, whatever she has to say. And it will ultimately put in Vince's face saying that his vote will be overruled because the fans didn't want it. Because that's what they said when they took out, well, Raw didn't have a GM at the time because Corbin was, Kurt Angle, Paige, and now they're in charge. So, what the hell? Yeah, and then we'll probably have an ultimatum. Either Becky Lynch will put on the fact, or Charlotte will demand that she fight, and at Fastlane, we'll have a one-on-one match between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch to determine who is going to WrestleMania to fight Ronda Rousey. Because I don't think Ruby Riott is going to win. At all.
No, she's not.
Sorry, Ruby Riott. Ronda Rousey's too damn good. You think? What do you think? Does my prediction sound pretty good?
Yeah, but here's the thing about when you mentioned about Linda McMahon. You know, that's not gonna happen. Almost she can come back to WWE. Only way she can come back to WWE is that she has to quit the working for Donald Trump. You know that? Yeah, that's the whole rule. If you want to come back to WWE, you have to quit working for Donald Trump.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yep.
I thought she was in the board of directors or some shit.
No. No. Her job that she had, Vince McMahon has it. Her job position that Vince McMahon has is CEO.
Shit. All right. So what do you think is going to happen?
I think Ronda Rousey's going to win the match.
No, I meant with the issue between Becky and Flair.
Well, not to take Charlotte. Charlotte Flair is good, but I'd rather see Becky Lynch win.
No, I'm saying in general, what will happen? Do you agree with what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Or do you think there's going to be a different outcome in between?
I think it's going to be a hand.
All right, then let's start off with SmackDown then. I can already say this much. I know for a fact that it started with Charlotte Flair coming out saying that she is going to beat Ronda Rousey, and the fact that she's teasing that Becky Lynch will come out, but she is suspended prior to what Vince McMahon said. She is suspended for sure, so she didn't show up at all on Tuesday. And we'll be right back. And we're back. Yep, Charlotte Flair saying it's going to be her destiny, pointing at the sign to be at WrestleMania always. We then get some sad news. Thanks to what happened to Eric Rowan taking the face of Mustafa Ali and chokeslamming him that way into the announce table last week without it breaking, it withstood, meaning he felt all that and it did not give. I forgot about that. But thanks to a reminder and this information, Mustafa Ali is not medically cleared to fight at Elimination Chamber. So he won't be competing for a shot at the WWE Championship. Instead, one of the New Day members will be competing. And like always, Xavier Wood and Big E will always give the chance for somebody who's always been struggling for the last 11 years. Kofi Kingston was put in the match for the gauntlet match to determine who was going to be the sixth slot, the last person to come out, really. Out of the chamber.
We got to put Kofi Kingston. He's a veteran just like all of them are.
Yeah, we're going to have fun talking about that in just a bit.
But, he's not going to. There's speculation he won't win because you've never seen a black person as the champion.
We'll see.
But here's the thing.
What?
Like, the fans, they is always getting these things saying that they're racist.
We'll see. That's what I got to say. We'll see. All right. Just like Monday Night Raw, we have the women's fatal three-way to determine who is going to be first to battle in the Elimination Chamber. This time, SmackDown. Carmella and Naomi, Team Fabulous Glow. The Iconics versus Sonya Deville. And Mandy Rose.
Uh-huh.
What's her name?
Mandy Rose.
Say it again.
Mandy Rose.
There you go. I thought you would say it more sexually.
This is sexually.
No, he said, he used the whisper. I was waiting for that. Mandy. That's how it says. That's what Mikey would go. A shout out to our boys, Mike Henry, Xavier Hill, and Chris Petrie, and even Renee and Farrell. Farrell won't be there at the show. That sucks. He don't want to come.
You gotta mention one more person.
Andre.
Yes.
We got to see Andre. We got to see if he's coming. I got to holler at him. Anyway.
Why won't Farrell come? Farrell, why would you want to come?
And we don't know. Farrell don't want to come. I thought he would like. I know Fastlane he ain't coming, but I thought he would like to see the Elimination Chamber. It's in Houston, Texas. For one, second, it's an Elimination Chamber. It's gonna be all kinds of crazy.
You like SmackDown, so
yeah. In which case, the team that would end up losing, and I make him say Mandy Rose because out of spite, he forgets Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville lost that match and are going to be first up to bat.
I personally think Mandy Rose should be a singles wrestler.
We'll see. Oh, okay. And ultimately, the Iconics played it smart. Instead of even participating in the match, they immediately tagged out and just kept away from anyone tagging them in. Mm-hmm. So they wouldn't be get the losing streak, which is pretty smart. It would then be the Miz show with their opponents for their SmackDown tag team titles, the Usos. Words were thrown, insults, comments. Even the Miz mentioning, what about Mandy Rose? Oh, you mentioned that? What the heck? But ultimately, they would get a double super kick to the face. The Usos standing tall. We gotta wait to see.
And I was like to say about Jimmy Uso, who y'all know, got arrested.
Oh yeah, that's right. He mentioned this. Breaking news, people. Check it out.
Yeah, Jimmy Uso got arrested for altercation with the police.
Naomi's husband.
He was accused of being drunk in his vehicle.
Wait, isn't this the second time?
No, that was that one was his brother.
Oh, so one did it, now the other brother did it. Damn. The gauntlet match would then begin, starting off with Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston representing the New Day. And dude, you got to give it to Kofi. He eliminated Daniel Bryan. He survived Jeff Hardy, eliminated him. He eliminated Daniel Bryan with the Trouble in Paradise. Haven't seen that in a long time. And then with the SOS on Jeff Hardy. And by some miracle, the next person to come out would be Samoa Joe. And he just tears Kofi Kingston up. And Kofi Kingston took the Komodo clutch, the chokehold, and turned him over into his shoulders. The ref don't see it that he's got his shoulder up. And Samoa Joe is eliminated and livid. He freaking chokes him outside the ring. Here comes AJ Styles to defend him and try to give him a breather. And I think, yeah, that's about it. You can take it now. Kofi Kingston is livid, mentioning that he's been trying to get this for 11 years. 11 years. Ain't nothing going to stop him. He's telling AJ to fight, and the AJ fights.
But how long will that last? Because they've been trying to push Kofi for years.
Dude, he just eliminated the current SmackDown's champion right off the bat. Eliminated a former and eliminates the Samoan submission machine. And he practically took the AJ Styles to the limit, and he's the current longest reigning SmackDown's champion. And it took Kofi Kingston to tap out to the calf crusher. After that, I'm looking at the time, and I'm seeing it go by on my DVR, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why is there like only 2 minutes left in the show? That is not a match. Where's Randy? His music hits, and the New Day is taking Kofi to the stage, to backstage, and I'm thinking, I see this coming, and AJ didn't. From behind, out of nowhere, RKO, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's the end of the show. Now, before we end it, first off, I got to mention that once again, this guy is going to be there at Elimination Chamber live. Make sure you get the before audience images and after. We got to show that on here. My brother. And show to see if H-Town got some sexist haters like all those other cities do. See if the Houston will show some love for the women's evolution. Let's see. Let's hope. I can only hope. Because if they start walking off, I'll be like, fuck! And I'm going to ask you to text me and the boys in the group text if the people are leaving before the match or during the match. Keep a lookout. Other than that, I will be hosting the show at my crib this Sunday with the rest of the boys who will be there. I got a shout out to Renee. I think he's coming. I know Xavier and Mikey will. And Farrell won't be. I got to see if Andre or Delvin might show up. I don't think he'll be a part of the podcast. I don't think he's a podcast guy. If he is, that'd be sweet. Anyway, one last thing is our picks for the Elimination Chamber. If I had to go for the women's, I would say Team Samoa. I would like to see them. I know they're Raw, but I'll give it to them. They are Samoan family. And give some love for Tamina, because this will definitely boost her career, considering she's always getting injured. This would be nice. Second after that, definitely Fabulous Glow with Naomi and Carmella. After that, third and last pick, I'm not a fan of the Riot Squad. They're a little crazy, but not my kind of crazy. I have to say, I don't like the Iconics. I have to say Bayley and Sasha Banks, then. That would be my top picks. What's yours? First, second, and third.
SmackDown?
For all three. All six. Who would you want to see as the women's tag teams champions? From first, second, and third on your list.
I have to go with, even though I don't like her with my girl, I have to go with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose.
Okay, who's second? Who would you want to see if not them?
Dana Brooke and Natalia. I hope they can put aside the differences. Third.
They're not in the match.
Dana Brooke and Natalia?
They're not in the match. They lost.
Okay, so
we got the Iconics, the Samoans, the Riot Squad, the Fabulous Glow, and the first two that are going to enter the main is Bayley, Sasha Banks, and you already mentioned Mandy Rose.
Probably Fabulous Glow.
Okay, and the third?
Sasha Banks and Bayley.
All right. Now, who...
I'll tell you about Team Samoa.
My first pick is last. Nah. Now, come Elimination Chamber, this is the part I wanted to mention. Who is your top three to win? You go first. In the men's Elimination Chamber. Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, or Jeff Hardy. In 1, 2, and 3.
Jeff Hardy.
First.
Randy Orton.
Second.
AJ Styles.
Third. Me, was going for brutality, but if I have to say, I got to pick the underdog. I don't care if WWE is going to have a field day if this does happen and the racist bastards. I'm hoping Kofi Kingston finally becomes WWE champion and actually goes to WrestleMania. Plus, the reason why I say this is because while I say this, I do hate saying this. I want him to win for the fact that he's worked so hard, but if he does win the title, it's different from the tag teams. They can mix it up. The World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Championship, is a different story altogether. Because if Kofi Kingston does win, how would you feel if you were working to get that for 11 years and you have to share that with two other guys and they can potentially lose it, not you? If Kofi wins, that might be the beginning of the breakup of the New Day.
Hey, that's what people want, so might as well.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be a story page turner right there.
People have been saying that they need to break up because the one who people mostly like is Kofi Kingston and all of them.
So Kofi Kingston's my first pick, despite the unbalance of love and hate. Happy he wins. Sad to see the New Day potentially break up because of it. Because WrestleMania. You think he's going to want New Day in his corner at WrestleMania, knowing that they're going to be like, I'll fight at WrestleMania. Hell no, I am. This is my title.
But here's the thing. When SmackDown moves to Fox, the Fox Network board of directors want the New Day to stop all their want WWE to stop.
That might be it. That might do it.
Yeah, stop all
that might do it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, get serious.
First black man to have the WWE title. Kofi Kingston. That'd be swell. And it's ooh, dude! I just thought of it. It's February, Black History Month. Kofi Kingston in that match. It couldn't be any perfect.
Yeah, I saw like a picture and a list of the black wrestlers. And did you not know who also was black?
Yeah.
Tyrus was black. Tyrus.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that.
Anyway, my other two picks, I would have to say, because of their brutality, would be Randy Orton and Samoa Joe. I love AJ Styles. And Jeff Hardy, but in my opinion, those two are definitely going to be having fun in their playground of Elimination Chamber, without a doubt.
But let's not forget, this is Samoa Joe's first Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm. If I had to say favorite, it would be definitely Kofi Kingston, AJ Styles, and Jeff Hardy in that order. But I'm going for potentially winners. So I'll be happy to see. Because remember, if Daniel Bryan's the first one to be eliminated, guaranteed new WWE champion. With that said, that's the end of our show, people. We hit the 31-minute mark. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button if you like the content. And hit that notification bell for the next Heavy Men's podcast. Peace out.
Bye.